talk about the future like it was already ours, counting dreams instead of hours under midnight stars. You held me like a promise nothing could undo. I built my whole tomorrow around loving you. I believed every word you said, like forever was the truth. I thought we were forever, I thought we'd never break. I thought the love between us was stronger than mistakes. I thought we were forever, two hearts against the storm, but forever disappeared the moment you were gone. The pictures on the wall remain, but something feels erased, like time rewrote the story of the love we once embraced. I walk through empty rooms at night where laughter used to live, learning that some memories are the hardest ones to forgive. I keep searching for the moment when I forever slipped away. I thought we were forever, I thought we'd always stay, standing side by side through every broken day. I thought we were forever, but forever turned to dust, and now the only thing that's left is learning not to trust. Maybe forever is a word we say when love feels strong. Maybe time reveals the truth that forever isn't long. But the hardest part of leaving is finally understanding the future I believed in was never in your hands. I thought we were forever, but forever couldn't stay. Now every dream we build feels further day by day. I thought we were forever, but now I clearly see forever was a moment you shared with me. Your side of the bed is colder now. The pillow still remembers you. The quiet in this empty house feels heavier than truth. We used to leave the windows open, let the summer fill the air. Now the silence sits beside me like you're still somewhere. I thought love was a place I would never lose. You were my home once, the place my heart could rest, where every broken part of me finally felt its best. You were my home once, the light inside the dark. Now I'm just a traveler, keep trying to move forward, but the past still holds me close. You were my home once, the reason I believed that love could last forever and never choose to leave. You were my home once, but homes can disappear when the one who built them is no longer here. Maybe love was just a moment we thought would never end, and maybe forever is a promise time refuses to defend. But the hardest truth I'm learning is something I can't outrun, and the place my heart belonged to was the place you once were from. You were my home once, the place I used to be. Now every road I travel feels unfamiliar to me. You were my home once, but now I understand. Sometimes love is just a place you visit once and then you visit once and then you used to hold me closer, like the world could pull us apart, like every little moment was written in your heart. But lately when you touch me, it feels like something's gone, like the warmth between our fingers is slowly moving on. I try to keep believing it was only in my mind, but love can change so quietly while we're still holding tight. I watched you fall out of love right in front of me, like a sunset losing color, fading slowly to the sea. I watched you fall out of love, and there was nothing I could do, because the hardest kind of heartbreak is watching someone stop loving you. We still slept in the same bed, but miles grew in between. The silence in the darkness said more than words could mean. Your eyes stopped looking for me, your voice began to change, and every small tomorrow started feeling strange. I kept holding on to hope while you were letting go. I watched you fall out of love, like a candle losing flame, like a song that keeps on playing but never sounds the same. I watched you fall out of love until I finally knew the person standing next to me was someone I once knew. Maybe love just disappears like footsteps in the sand. Maybe hearts can drift away without a single plan. But the moment that broke me most was finally seeing truth. The love I thought was endless was already leaving you. I watched you sitting right beside me, but 1,000 miles away. Your eyes stopped finding mine, like a love that lost its way. We still spoke in conversations, but the warmth was disappearing. Your voice was in the room, but your heart wasn't here. Sometimes goodbye doesn't make a sound. You left without leaving, while standing next to me. Your heart crossed the distance before your feet could be. You left without leaving, long before you walked away. And the silence between our words said everything that day. We still shared the same nights, still slept in the same bed, but the love that held us close was fading in my head. I tried to keep believing what we had was still alive, but love was slowly disappearing right before my eyes. I was holding on tighter while you were letting go. You left without leaving, like a ghost in the room, like a song still playing, but losing its tune. You left without leaving, and I was the last to see the moment love stopped fighting for you and me. Maybe hearts can drift apart without a single sign. Maybe love can slowly fade while we pretend we're fine. But the truth that broke me most was finally understanding. You didn't leave in one moment, you left little by little. You left without leaving, before the final goodbye. Your love had already gone, though you were still by my side. You left without leaving, and now I finally see the hardest kind of heartbreak is loving someone leaving silently, silently. You sat across the table, but you felt a world away. Your eyes were full of silence, where love used to stay. I tried to start a conversation, but the words fell in between. Somewhere in that quiet, you stopped choosing me. I felt the distance growing, even though you were right there. The night you stopped choosing me was the night the lights went out. The moment love we promised turned into doubt. The night you stopped choosing me, I felt my whole world break, because love isn't love anymore when sometimes it ends with silence. The night you stopped choosing me was quieter than the rain. No slam doors, no angry words, just a different kind of pain. The night you stopped choosing me, I finally understood. Love can disappear slowly, even when it once felt good. Maybe love just drifts away while we're still holding on. Maybe forever disappears before we know it's gone. But the hardest thing to realize is the truth I couldn't see. You didn't leave that night, you just stopped choosing me. The night you stopped choosing me was the night I lost my home. Because love isn't a place you can stay alone. The night you stopped choosing me still echoes endlessly. Because heartbreak begins the moment love stops choosing me. You held my hand like always on an ordinary night. Nothing in your voice said something wasn't right. We talked about tomorrow like we had endless time. I never saw the ending hidden in your eyes. Love doesn't always warn you before it slips away. You were the goodbye I never saw coming, the storm on a clear blue sky. One moment we were forever, the next was our last goodbye. You were the goodbye I never saw coming, the dream I couldn't defend. I was still holding the future while you were letting it end. Your keys were on the table, your jacket on the chair. Everything looked normal, but love wasn't there. The silence felt heavier than anything you said. Because sometimes the loudest heartbreak is the words we never said. I keep replaying that moment, trying to understand. You were the goodbye I never saw coming, like a wave pulling me down. I thought we were unbreakable, now you're nowhere around. You were the goodbye I never saw coming, the truth I couldn't outrun. The moment I realized forever had already come undone. If I had known that night was the last time you'd stay, I would have held you tighter and begged you not to walk away. But love hides its ending inside ordinary day. You were the goodbye I never saw coming, the story I couldn't change. The love I thought was forever turned suddenly strange. You were the goodbye I never saw coming, the truth I couldn't see. The moment love stopped fighting for you and me. kissed me like you always did, soft beneath the midnight sky. Nothing felt like it was ending, nothing felt like goodbye. We were laughing in the kitchen like we had 1,000 days. I didn't know forever was already slipping away. If I had known the truth that night, I would have held you longer. I didn't know it was the last time you'd hold my hand. The last night our hearts were beating like love would always stand. I didn't know it was the last time you'd whisper my name so close. If I knew tomorrow you'd be gone, I never would have let you go. Your jacket's still beside the doorway, like you walk back in again. Sometimes I almost hear like the echo of remember when. Every song we used to listen feels heavier than before, because the love that filled the silence doesn't live here anymore. I keep replaying yesterday, trying to find the warning. I didn't know it was the last time you look at me. The last night I believed you were where you'd always be. I didn't know it was the last time we were standing heart to heart. If I had known forever ended, I would have never let you start. If love had left aside, if time had whispered truth, I would have stopped the world that night and stayed right there with you. But goodbye hides in ordinary days, until the moment passes through. I didn't know it was the last time we'd feel that spark. The last night love was lighting every corner of the dark. I didn't know it was the last time, but now I finally see the moment I thought was forever was goodbye to you and me. You used to look at me like I was everything, like the world made sense in every word you'd say. But something slowly changed in the way you spoke my name, like love was still alive, but it didn't feel the same. I kept asking my heart, what I did wrong? When did I stop being enough? When did your love grow cold? When did the hands that held me start letting go? When did I stop being enough? When did forever break? I was still holding our future while you walked away. I try to be the reason you still believed in us, but loving you alone was slow When did I stop being enough? When did your love let go? The answer I keep searching is one I'll never know. When did I stop being enough? I still last the night because losing you forever never felt right. You used to look at me like I was everything, like the world made sense inside the words you'd sing. Your hands would find mine even in a crowded room. Now we barely speak, like strangers passing through. Somewhere between forever and the silence in your eyes, something slowly changed, but you never told me why. You loved me until you didn't, until the feeling faded away, until the warmth in your voice turned colder day by day. You loved me until you didn't, and I was the last to see the moment your heart stopped choosing me. I still remember nights we stayed awake till dawn, talking about a future we thought we'd build upon. Now the dreams we made feel like stories from before, because the love we held doesn't live here anymore. I kept holding tighter while you were letting go. You loved me until you didn't, until the fire lost its light, until the way you held me didn't feel the same at night. You loved me until you didn't, and I kept believing too. But love can disappear even when it once felt true. Was there a moment when I lost you completely, or did love just fade so quietly? I keep searching the past for something I missed, a goodbye hidden inside a kiss. You loved me until you didn't, until forever fell apart, until I was standing with half of a heart. You loved me until you didn't, and now I finally see the hardest kind of heartbreak is love leaving silently. The night feels longer lately. My phone lights up the room. Your name no longer appears, but I still hope it will soon. I scroll through old conversations, words we used to send, like love was just beginning. not something I would end. I know I should let go, but my heart still looks for you. I still check if you're online, like maybe you'll say my name, like one small message could fix the pain. I still check if you're online, even though I know it's true. You're probably living a life that doesn't need me to. Your picture's still the same one, the smile I used to know, but every day that passes feels further than before. I try not to remember, but memory has its ways, because the love we once had still lives inside these days. Some habits stay forever, even when love is gone. I still check if you're online, like maybe you miss me too, like somewhere in your heart you're thinking of me too. I still check if you're online, even though deep down I know the love we once had is nowhere to be found. Maybe someday I'll forget how your name lights up my screen. Maybe someday I'll stop wondering what could have been. But tonight the silence feels heavier than truth, and every